Introduction. Quote, "Life is like riding a bike. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." End quote. Albert Einstein. The Full Life is a book that aims to help you redirect your life in the direction you want it to go in. Sometimes we feel frustrated, disappointed, and even depressed because our life isn't going how we want it to. This book aims to help you take control of your life and create the future you want. There are aspects we can't control, but there are also others we can influence, and this book will guide you to identify them. However, I cannot guarantee a life free of difficulties, a path of roses, or realizing all your dreams. That's simply not possible. Part of living involves facing our failures and drawing lessons from them. In addition, some events are beyond our control, such as the loss of a loved one or a crisis that affects us from time to time. Life requires constant learning and adaptation, and that is precisely what this book sets out to offer you. Why call it The Full Life? Some books promise you happiness. However, for the most part, happiness is a fleeting feeling. Indeed, it is an important part of life, but it's unrealistic to expect to be always happy. Difficult times are inevitable, and with the right attitude, they can be opportunities to grow and strengthen ourselves. As the German philosopher Nietzsche once said, "What does not destroy us makes us stronger." Life is always in the process of construction, which doesn't end until it finishes with our death. The full life that I present to you in this book is a state of contentment in which we feel fulfilled in all aspects of our lives, personally and professionally. It is a concept that encompasses physical and emotional health, spiritual development, and the achievement of personal goals and objectives. Is it possible to achieve a full life? Maybe not entirely, but it's still an ideal worth striving for. We will deal with all of this throughout the book. The full life is unique to each of us and depends on our own purpose and talents. The goal here is to help you discover them. Life demands a constant effort of learning, and while this is not easy, it is exciting. So, let's build our lives as works of art, where we are the artists. You may wonder, is it possible to make plans and stick to them point by point? I understand that doubt. My answer is that we cannot foresee everything that will happen in the future, as both ourselves and our circumstances can change. Therefore, I propose you have a clear purpose while adapting to the circumstances and adjusting your plans accordingly. In the book Alice in Wonderland, written by Lewis Carroll, Alice encounters a rabbit who is always in a hurry because he is late for work. She follows him until they come to a crossroads, and Alice doesn't know where to go. When she asks the rabbit which way to go, he replies, "Where are you going?" Alice doesn't know, and the rabbit says, "So any way will do for you." The lesson of this story is clear. To make decisions, it is important to be clear about our destiny and purpose. To live is to choose. Our life results from those choices and their consequences. Simply put, without a clear destination, we will be lost in life. The road ahead in life is full of obstacles, surprises, and frustrations, but also opportunities and joys. I like this quote from John Lennon very much. "Life is what happens while you're busy making other plans." Plans are a help, but they should not be confused with life, which is fluid. The Stoics, a group of Greek and Roman philosophers, differentiated between what we can control and cannot. For example, you can't control natural disasters, where you were born, your parents, things that happened to you in the past, your death, and the death of others, as well as what others think, feel, and do. So, what things can we control? Well, for example, the effort we put into the things we do, what we say, our actions, the decisions we make, taking care of ourselves, how we treat others, and, most importantly, what we think. As you can see, a lot of what you control comes from you, and what you don't control usually comes from outside. In this context, we can prepare ourselves, take advantage of the opportunities that arise, and be attentive to what is happening in our environment. Reinhold Niebuhr, an American theologian and writer, created a very famous prayer that Alcoholics Anonymous uses. Quote, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. End quote. So, that's your task, to focus on changing what you can control. In this book, I will answer 3 fundamental questions: why, what, and how. The why refers to the reason for your existence in this world. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said those who have a why in their lives can endure almost any how. The second question, what, refers to your values. Values tell you what's important in your life and act as your guide to decision-making. Finally, the third question, how, is the method I propose in this book. What's included in this book? The book is organized into 3 sections: exploration, creation, and action. Section A, exploration. In this section, I suggest that you take the time to explore your life. The goal is to come away with a greater understanding of yourself. We'll start by exploring what success means to you. To help achieve this, we'll discuss the different types of success. Next, we will apply a well-known model called the Wheel of Life. With the wheel, you will have the opportunity to analyze your level of satisfaction in the different areas of your life. Based on that, you will be able to identify the areas in which you want to improve. Then we'll explore the following areas in more depth: your well-being, relationship with others, and satisfaction with your occupation. We will conclude this section with positive psychology and how it can help you be a more positive person. Section B, creation. With the information you have gained in the exploration phase, you will focus on your life's possibilities. To do this, you will exercise reflection and visualization about the ideal life you want. Obviously, this ideal life will not materialize on its own. It will depend on your willpower and effort and the changing circumstances in your life. Within this phase, we will define your values and goals. The idea here is that you will be able to align your values and goals with the life you want. Remember the story of Alice and the rabbit? If you don't know your destination, any path will do. Section C, action. Once you are clear about your goals, values, and the life you want to live, the third phase will focus on making decisions to reach your destination. As I told you before, life is like a journey in which we have a destination, and many things happen between the point of departure and the point of arrival. Your goals are the intermediate steps that bring you closer to the destination, your Ithaca. Allow me to tell you what I mean by Ithaca. It was the home of Ulysses, a Greek hero. He was the king of Ithaca, a small island west of Greece. After fighting in the Trojan War for 10 years, Ulysses embarked on a journey back home, which lasted another 10 years. On the journey, he encountered many dangers and obstacles. He and his men fought the Cyclops, survived the seductive songs of sirens, were captured by the goddess Circe, and were trapped on Calypso's island for 7 years. After many adventures, Ulysses finally arrived in Ithaca and was reunited with his wife Penelope and son Telemachus, whom he had left 20 years earlier. Circumstances change, problems arise, and opportunities appear. The journey to Ithaca is a metaphor for life. You must be able always to navigate and make the best decisions without losing sight of your destination, your purpose, your Ithaca. In this third part of the book, we will focus on decision-making. Maybe you prefer smooth transitions or more drastic changes. But which is better? Well, that's up to you. In decision-making, you must accept your responsibility. Finally, we'll end with a chapter on personal change. This is a difficult topic where you may find that you fall back on old behaviors. I imagine you know the saying, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions." We blame others, ourselves, or bad luck when we fail in our purpose. I get it. The important thing is that you create the most favorable conditions for you to succeed in life. You may only achieve some of the goals you set for yourself, but the most important thing is that you try and learn along the way. You learn and start again, but this time armed with what you've already learned from your experience. It is the way of wisdom. In the diagram on page 6 in the PDF workbook, you can see the book's 3 parts and the content found in each. This is the map for your trip to Ithaca.